Something has changed. Protests no longer begin with marches. They begin with a tweet, a TikTok, a viral image. Before a single foot hits the pavement, the movement already has a hashtag. This is the new age of protest, one where the battleground isn't just the streets, it's the screen, and the front lines are digital. Social media has reshaped the way people organize, resist, and demand change. But as powerful as these platforms are, they've also complicated the very nature of what it means to protest. This is not a simple story of good or bad. It's a story of transformation, of opportunity and manipulation, of visibility and illusion. Let's begin where most modern protests now do, with visibility. In the past, a protest might draw attention only if the media chose to cover it. Today, a single live stream can reach millions in real time. A clip of injustice caught on a phone can go viral in hours and change policy in days. Social media collapses time and space. It allows decentralized movements to speak with a single voice. It gives power to people who previously had none. And in moments of crisis, it offers a way to bypass traditional gatekeepers. But there's a difference between visibility and clarity. A 30-second video can inspire outrage, but it can also distort context. It can oversimplify a complex issue, turn real people into symbols, and frame conflicts through the lens of virality, not truth. And that raises a deeper question. Are we witnessing the world as it is, or as the algorithm wants us to see it? The second shift is in coordination. Social media allows protests to scale rapidly. Events that once took months to plan can now be organized overnight. Think of the Arab Spring, the George Floyd protests, Occupy Wall Street. These weren't just physical gatherings. They were digital phenomena, fueled by retweets, group chats, story shares, and viral trends. And yet there's a paradox here. Because when movements grow that fast, they often lack structure. No leaders, no clear demands, just momentum. And while that can be energizing, it also makes the movement fragile, easily co-opted, easily splintered, easily forgotten. A protest that explodes onto timelines can disappear just as fast. Because attention is a currency, and on social media, it's always in short supply. Then there's the question of performance. Social media encourages expression, but it also encourages performance. When activism becomes content, it can start to feel like a brand. Aesthetic protest, curated outrage, hashtag solidarity. People may post a black square, wear a slogan, change their bio, but what happens after that? Is it meaningful action or just a dopamine hit? The truth is, online activism isn't inherently hollow, but it can be seductive, because it feels like participation, even when it isn't. It gives us the emotional reward of change, without the structural reality. That doesn't mean it's fake, but it does mean we need to be careful. Because protest isn't just about being seen, it's about being effective. At the same time, we can't ignore the surveillance. What was once underground is now broadcast. That's empowering, but also dangerous. Governments monitor hashtags. Police track protesters using facial recognition. Troll farms flood comment sections. And movements that start with idealism can be undermined by misinformation or targeted harassment. The tools that empower can also expose. And in this new era, privacy has become a luxury most activists can't afford. Still, something is happening. Social media has changed the way people protest, yes. But more than that, it's changed what we expect from protest. We expect speed. We expect virality. We expect mass awareness overnight. And while that expectation has led to real wins, it's also created a kind of fatigue. Because real change is slow. It's boring. It's legislative. It happens after the cameras turn off. The challenge then is to use the tools of social media without being used by them. To organize without being consumed. To signal without being performative. To build movements that don't just trend, but endure. Because protest is not a product. It's a process. It's not about algorithms. It's about accountability. It's not just digital. It's deeply human. So the question we should ask isn't whether social media is good or bad for protest. The question is, how do we make it honest? How do we make it work? And how do we ensure that in the pursuit of attention, we don't lose the thread of actual transformation? That's the conversation worth having. And it's only just begun.